Hey TikTok fam, how you doing? I wanted to check in. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've shared about college, career, or my podcast. And for three reasons, I'm coming back today. Number one, it was my birthday early October, October 4th to be exact. So I was celebrating my solar return and just really being in that energy of renewal and also kind of like a ending cycle because a solar return is that, right? I'm saying goodbye to the previous year and saying hello to the new year coming for me in my personal life. Number two, we were also impacted by Hurricane Helene and Milton. Not directly, our family, thankfully, we're safe and our home and our space is good. But I live in Florida, right? So energetically and what was going on in the state was affecting us as well because though I live in West Palm Beach area, Wellington area, and the hurricane didn't specifically go through this area, we did have a little tornado situation during Hurricane Milton. Thankfully, our house and our space and our community was safe and we didn't have to evacuate, but there are people in my community that were deeply affected. So I'm going to share some resources from that experience and also link some GoFundMe's if you're able to support these community members. Some teachers, some local staff people were affected. So I'm going to share those vetted GoFundMe's if you're able to support them. That would be great. If not, that's okay too. You can also share this video as a resource because there's a couple of things I'm going to share in a moment. And number three, it's really made me reflect on this upcoming election cycle, right? We're in a very important presidential cycle. We're not going to talk about who to vote for. Everyone can choose who they want to vote for. That's on you. But what this hurricane season that we're still in, because it's until the end of November, but these two hurricanes, Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton, really got me thinking was about voting, right? What people needed in those moments were immediate support from local, county, district, and also state level administrators and people who have committed their life to service and being voted into these jobs and experiences. So my friend, who is actually, shout out to Jennifer, who is actually a district aide for the Florida House of Representatives, shared some resources with me. And so I'm going to share those resources with you so you can have that as well. This will be also statewide for the state of Florida, but also for West Palm Beach County, which is where I'm located. And this really got me thinking about voting and how important it is to vote, not only in a presidential election, which is important this year, but in every election, right? For county, for local school representatives, Board of Education, for judges, for district attorneys, for House of Representatives, for Senate, for all the levels, local, county, and state, and obviously presidential, because regardless of how we want to shift the narrative of changing in the world, we still live in this very material governmental agency way right now. I'm not saying that that can't change over the years, of course it can, but right now this is how we operate. So people who are going through distress during the hurricane situations with Helene and Milton were really leaning on not only community members, but also voted officials for information and the dissemination of information. So there are a couple of things that I did to keep our family safe, which is the text alerts and also check the credible websites to see any updates, as well as obviously the Weather Channel. But I think it's important to know these resources moving forward. And when you're voting for individuals who vote on budget and vote on how these funds are distributed, and if we even get any funds for things like FEMA, right? So I'm going to share some resources in a moment. So I'm also going to share this as a PDF on my link tree, but kind of condensed the information into a document, which was shared with me by District Aide, Florida House of Representative, my friend Jennifer. Shout out to her again. But these are the websites that you can look for at floridadisaster.org. And then Palm Beach County has this alert PBC that you can also download an app and text message alerts and email alerts. And then we have the State Assistance Information Line, the Activate Hope, the American Red Cross, the Disaster Legal Hotline, the Samaritan's Purse Hotline, then the 211 number, the main hotline for Red Cross, Florida Baptist Disaster Relief, the Crisis Cleanup Hotline to support you and your community and your home, and then FEMA. So if this is where people should go to apply for FEMA emergency assistance. So make sure you check that out if you were affected. And I'll show you really quick. This is the floridadisaster.org website. So there's some updates there. It's important to kind of look at what they have on there as who can support you and where. And then we have the Palm Beach County specific one, which is where I'm based out of. And this is the alert PBC I was talking about. Obviously, there's other counties, so make sure you look up what their alerts are. So that brings me to my third point, which is early voting. We are in early voting seasons already. I am posting and sharing this on October 22nd, 2024. Voting started October 21st, 2024, yesterday, Monday. Today is Tuesday, for a lot of states and counties. So I'm going to share really quickly some dates for the counties in Florida. I am in Palm Beach County. I will be early voting. Because in our area, they have the opportunity to go from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Sunday. So I can go to where my precinct is and vote in person in early voting and not leave it for last minute on November 5th. So I'm going to share that in a moment. So here are the early voting dates for not Palm Beach, for Florida, which is posted by the Florida Leadership Council, which was also shared by my friend, District Aide of House of Representatives, Jennifer, shout out again. So these are the different counties and the times. And here are the other counties. So like I said, I'm in Palm Beach County, so I can go from 7 a.m. until 7 p.m., which started yesterday. I'll probably be going this weekend. So make sure you follow that page for more information if you're based in Florida. They're updating things in real time. So I hope this information was helpful. Disaster relief really got me thinking about voting in every county and every level. I've always done it, but since I've recently moved back to Florida, I need to figure out who my people are, who I'm going to be voting for. How do I get involved in my community here in West Palm Beach County? And it's important to vote, obviously, in this presidential election, do early voting, and stay up to date with what's going on, not only in a disaster like a hurricane, but throughout the year, so we know what's up. So good luck, happy voting, make sure you go out to the polls.